Yo, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of My Take. So I got a question for y'all. Did Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso plan for Chicago Sky? Is it a coincidence that they debut did not air, but Caitlin Clark's did? Or was it intentional? Could it have been that they wanted all eyes on Caitlin Clark as opposed to Angel Reese? Because some people always tell me, oh, you guys are just making things up. What you think is not going on. Is that the case? Or are they really trying to push Caitlin Clark on everybody while denying Angel Reese? Is it a coincidence or was it done intentional? The fact that Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso had zero coverage and somebody had to live stream it in order to see any type of footage on those two young ladies is that by design or really an accident? You mean to tell me it's an accident that nobody knows that somebody was going to be at that game? And these same individuals are the same ones that's trying to tell us that we need to support women. How can we support women when you got people that intentionally doing these type of things to women? I literally tried to tune in to the event. I looked at the debut, but they didn't have any coverage. Is that by design? Is it somehow that Caitlin Clark end up still being seen, even though they supposed to have technicalities and all these things? No, that's why we say the things that we say, because all these things are done intentionally. I told y'all the reason Caitlin Clark has a lot of exposure is because of what Angel Reese did. That's all it was. So now they want to prove a point and say, hey, like you don't do this to one of ours. So by coincidence, Angel Reese don't have no footage. You mean to tell me y'all follow this person all day and night, and now all of a sudden they don't have nobody at their games filming? I don't believe it was an accident. I believe it could have been intentional because they wanted to make sure that Caitlin Clark get as many eyes on her as possible. And Angel Reese and them playing on that day could have taken away from Caitlin Clark viewership. I told y'all, man, this just ain't about the WNBA. There have been players that's been good in the WNBA. And I told y'all, Diana Taurasi is one of them. Cheryl Swoop was one of them. You had Candace Parker was one of them. They've been having talent. But somehow the difference is the disrespect that was had towards Caitlin Clark, which a lot of it ain't her fault. But the media, I'm telling y'all, what the media is pushing. It's not a coincidence, bro, that nobody is there debuting their game. It's a WNBA game. I mean, they had a lot of people there. It wasn't a bunch of seats filled, like the arena wasn't filled, but they had a lot of people there, for the standards of the WNBA. But how much of a disservice is it being that you got somebody like Angel Reese who was, talked about just as much as Kaylin, not as much, but, was definitely talked about a lot, right? Mostly in a negative tone, in a negative way. But you got somebody like that who don't get no coverage, and the WNBA is coming out and saying, that they apologized. It was a mistake. In fact, I want to read an article, just basically showing you the fluff that they're talking about. So let's see what they say, man. Let's see what the WNBA has to say. All right, so hey man, stick with me. I'm about to read this article, but let's see, man. If it is it just me? All right, so it says no one airing Reese and Camila Cardoso WNBA preseason debuted, so an ex-user live streamed it, which is a shame. So how can y'all build the WNBA if this is the case? Okay, so that's why I don't listen to what nobody say. I look at their actions. So how can somebody not stream or film the WNBA game, debut game of Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso? Okay. Just so happened Caitlin Clark is playing on the same day, but she is streamed. It's no problem with hers though. Okay. It says the WNBA rookie class of 2024 is entering the league with unprecedented interest in Camellia Cardoso and Angel Reese are two of the biggest names. So you would imagine people want to watch the preseason debut as I wanted to, right? Unfortunately, those fans couldn't on Friday. That was despite the WNBA League Pass. They didn't even have it on the WNBA League Pass. So how much of a coincidence is it? Please tell me. Tell me. How much of a coincidence was it? They don't even have it on the WNBA League Pass app. Okay, saying despite the WNBA League Pass saying otherwise, as it is listed preseason games as available for streaming. They didn't even have it on the WNBA. So somebody getting fired. Either somebody made the hugest mistake, which I doubt is a mistake, but they getting fired. It says that truth that the fans could only watch Caitlin Clark debut with the Indiana Fever on Friday, but not Sky's game against the Minnesota Lynx, right? The Lynx. The WNBA posted an apology clarifying the situation, but it was little help for the fans of Cardoso and Reese, okay, or the Sky. The more helpful party turned out to be an ex-user with somebody who streamed it, right? That attended the game. Minutes before the tip, she posted the query whether fans would be interested in live streaming. All right. Okay. As they stream the game, I'm right here. Just highlighted. As they stream the game over the next 2 hours, her stream peaked at 173,381 viewers since and has since, I'm sorry, 173,381 viewers and has since hit more than 400,000 views through replay. It was Griner. It was grainer than professional broadcast and shot the vertical mode for an hour, but it was clearly better than nothing, right? So I want to ask the question, okay? Was that intentional or was that an accident? Now, this is why people are going to hate Caitlin Clark because of situations like this. And she ain't the problem. Caitlin Clark has not said one bad thing to nobody. And also, man, if y'all new here, man, definitely hit the subscribe button if y'all like the content. But yeah, Caitlin Clark has done nothing to nobody. But she's getting a lot of flack because of things like this. It's not an accident. It cannot keep being an accident. It's not coincidental. This is intentional. This is purposely done. But then people like in the WNBA are saying things like, oh, we need to support the WNBA. When you got people that are in the WNBA not supporting the WNBA. So how are y'all putting pressure on, especially on men? How are we putting pressure on certain people when there are things like this happening? And it's not by accident. They wanted as many eyes on Caitlin Clark so they can push the narrative that she's just that attractive, right? She attract that many people, which she does. She's going to attract people because she has a game that most people, you know, that most women can't emulate, right? You only got a few people that can do what she does, right? I want to say to Diana Taurasi's, but she's older. She's about to be out of the league. You got some other players like I want to say you got other players like Juju Watkins, right? Who's also a good player. She's going to be able to kind of, fulfill those shoes. But you don't have many players that could play like Caitlin Clark. But the the antics like this is what's going to hurt the WNBA. And if y'all think that I'm making this stuff up and y'all think that like it's not one of those situations to where, they're trying to favor Caitlin Clark, I'm gonna just say open your eyes. Pay attention to all the things that has been going on, and you tell me, can it keep being a coincidence? Or is these people intentionally doing this? Because, like I already stated, like LeBron James, they keep pushing the narrative of LeBron James. But they have so many other players outside of LeBron James that can help market the NBA, right? So they doing a disservice there. So the WNBA is going to continue to be at a disadvantage if they take this same approach. It's going to happen because you're saying, hey, we're gonna market it. Caitlin Clark, we're gonna keep marketing. We're gonna throw Caitlin Clark in everybody's face. We're gonna keep doing that, right? Hey, there's no reason to debut or to look at these other players. Let's just market Caitlin. So how you think that's going to fare with the women? See, the women is a lot more outspoken and tough. They're not going to allow you to just keep, just, hey man, you misusing us. You see how they at a disadvantage with pay, right? And they speaking up on it, but they're going to say, you know what? You guys, if y'all take the same amount of time that y'all taking to market somebody like Caitlin, we can do just as much as she's doing. You know what I'm saying? We can do just as much as she's doing, but y'all not giving us that opportunity. And that's what they're doing. They're creating undeserved hatred towards this young lady. And that's unfortunate. But it's happening in ways like this, to where you got a bunch of people that are saying, you know what? We're just going to continue to market them. Market Caitlin. I think the Bird versus Magic thing was a really good idea to market it. But how can that be a thing to when they're having situations like this? It can't happen. You know what I'm saying? But that's unfortunate. But it shows you, far as with the viewership, and if you look at the clip that I'll play the clip right quick. I'll play the clip for y'all. I showed y'all the rest of the stuff, so I'll play that too. All right, 1 second. So they had this clip right here to where the person that played the video, okay, so hopefully y'all can see it, man. All right. Fair use, fair use. So as y'all can see, there's a lot of people in there for the standard of the WNBA. I gotta be honest. Y'all gotta be honest. There was a lot of seats. There was a lot of butts in those seats. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me stop this. There was a lot of butts in the seat, especially for the WNBA. There was a lot of people there. So therefore, and like I said, fair use. Therefore, they did the lead a disservice. They could have shown that there was some people coming out to help support the WNBA, but they didn't really get a chance to see how many people was there. I want to say there's probably over 5,000 people there. When it looks like that, there's over at least about 5,000 people there. I want to say something like that. But that's a lot for the WNBA. Those are going to be the situations that lead up to higher pay. So that's why when the women complain about pay gap, they also have more seats, butts in the seats in the NBA. So when there's a start like that in the preseason for the WNBA, then you're creating a real life scenario that's going to help them make more money. That's how you make more money. You keep putting them butts in them seats and you start filling up that arena, and that's not going to be able to happen if they continue to make this approach to where the WNBA is doing things like this. Man, that was a black eye on the WNBA to not debut somebody that's very well known within the women's region and not give them the eyes that they needed for the NBA. So basically, y'all took away the eyes, that wanted to watch the WNBA. But luckily, this young lady, streamed it, and they just showed y'all that it's at 400,000 now in viewership, and I'm pretty sure it's way more. But they showed y'all, man, like people actually wanted to watch those games, but man, that's a black eye to the WNBA, man. Shout out to those women. Like I told y'all, man, I'm gonna support them by trying to, stream them a little bit more. So, and that's the way I can support, unless I go to the Atlanta game, which is doable, especially since I know Tiffany Hayes. And I think I can do that, man. But man, thank y'all for tuning in. Please hit the subscribe button if you like the content. I'm looking to build this channel. And I'm just looking to bring content that most people is not talking about, and a difference of opinion, because my opinion is not swayed by me hearing other people and what they say. I'm going to give you the 100% truth, at least to my best capabilities. You know what I'm saying? So if something is inaccurate, it's because of the research that I had. The people told a lie instead of the truth, and I was reporting on what was stated. But other than that, I'm not willing to lie on nobody. I'm just willing to, just kind of talk about what's missing and within the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like this, the debut, the fact that you got Caitlin Clark that's playing on the same day, but somehow their stream is working and they're able to get the coverage and they're able to be shown on the WNBA Pass app, but somehow you got Angel Reese doing that. And it reminds me of the Master P situation when Master P was selling his cereal, but they were saying that the cereal was available, but they was never showing the cereal. They were never putting it on the shelf. This remind me of that same situation. But that's all I got for now, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, please hit the subscribe button. I'm out.